I felt the same way.
I remember stepping away to go to the grocery store the first time, and I felt like I was walking naked.
Yeah.
You know, because there was no more me. It was me and this baby.
Yes.
You know, and now I just want to tell you that gets better because then your kids start aggravating you, and you're more than happy to get away from
to get a break.
Welcome to Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. Grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's dive into real conversations about life, motherhood, and a little inspiration to brighten your day.
All right, y'all. Welcome to Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. We are joined by a special guest today in studio with us, Miss Emily Thibodeaux.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome. First, we're going to start off by thanking our sponsor for March, Little Pearls Pediatric Dentistry in Lafayette, Louisiana.
That's what it is. We got it. Little Pearls.
Little Pearls. I love the little logo. It's so cute.
So cute.
Okay, y'all. Little Pearls Pediatric Dentistry is focused on child oral health from ages 0 to 15.
Did you know you're supposed to bring your baby to the dentist?
I did not know that. And then I also didn't know when I had a kid that as soon as their little teeth start coming out, you're supposed to brush them.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it seems like you should know that, but
you don't.
You don't think about that with
No.
all the other things you got going on.
No,
But thankfully, Dr. Ansley Oye is there to remind you that you need to brush them dolls.
I know. I really felt bad when I first realized, like, Bryn had been having teeth for a while before I was like, oh, my God, I need to put that little thing on my finger and scrub their little teeth, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway, she actually offers a complimentary visit for your first visit if your kid's under 2 years of age, which I think is cool. Like, most people don't do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that also gets them comfortable with going to the dentist too. Like this is her specialty. So you're gonna have a good, comfortable experience there with your child. It's very much geared toward making them feel comfortable and safe and fun, like making it fun for the kids.
And everybody in the office is so sweet. Let me just say, I got to meet them the other day, and they were just so welcoming, so sweet. It's just it was a nice environment.
Right. So if you are in the area and looking for a good dentist to bring your child to, one that they won't dread going to, give Little Pearls a try, and you can call her at 337-568-0322, or you can visit littlepearlsdds.com and see all the information. So thank you, Little Pearls Pediatric Dentistry, for being our sponsor this month.
Thank you so much. And it's perfect that y'all are our sponsor this month, because today we are talking with Emily Thibodeaux, primarily on postpartum depression. I just thought, actually, I'm going to give y'all a little backstory on how all this came to be. All right, we was at the Mardi Gras, me and Emily, and I've been knowing her since she was little. And we kind of like, the person who watched me and like kind of raised me is her aunt, right, Miss Paula?
Correct.
Okay. So I just kind of been knowing her for a while, and we go to church together. We don't really talk or nothing like that. It's just we're acquaintances. And then at the Mardi Gras, we started talking, because at Mardi Gras, that's what you do. You talk to people. And she was like, I listened to your podcast. I got my friends listening. I really think maybe you should do a podcast on postpartum depression. I said, well, maybe you should come. Do you know? And she was like, okay, let me. I said, well, pray about it.
She trapped me.
I know.
Pray about it.
On that,
right? No.
Yeah. Pray about it, and let's see how it goes. So I'm just so excited to have you here. So welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and how all this started.
Yeah, so I'm Emily Thibodeaux, 30 years old. I've been married for 4 years now to Coy. We've been together for 8. Born and raised, still live in Church Point, Louisiana. Like you said, we went Mardi Gras and got to talking about our babies and postpartum, and I was looking for advice, and you trapped me into coming on here and telling my story.
But yeah, I mean, it is a story that so many, I always, as a mama, I'm always like, there's so many things that you don't expect.
Absolutely, yeah.
Or they say you might get this, but you don't realize it's happening to you.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, let's hear about that journey for you.
Yeah, so I got pregnant last February. So we right around a year that, we've been going through this. But I feel like during your pregnancy, you're very distracted, with your appointments and
the excitement of it all.
yeah, the
Excitement.
nursery and the baby shower. And, a lot of mamas did tell me, prepare for this and, how to cope and start praying, get your prayers in. And my mom especially, she had suffered with it. So I always heard about it, but until you're in it, you don't understand the impact it has on you and the guilt and the shame you have that comes with it. So fast forward to November, we had Liza, and it's very surreal. In the hospital, it seems like such a blur where honestly don't remember much of it. I felt like everyone else took care of Liza, like Coy, our parents, our friends that came, and I just didn't sleep for 2 days. And
You were just there.
yeah, just in a room full of people, you feel
it's a shock. It's a
Yeah.
shock to your body. It's a shock to you, to your reality, because all of a sudden, this little baby is everything.
Right.
Like your world stops and everything is about this little baby, and you in charge of keeping it alive.
Right.
Okay, I'll never forget realizing like the nursing and stuff, and that didn't come. I just thought, oh, we're gonna plop the baby on, and it's just gonna. Nobody tells you the struggles of
Right.
nursing. Nobody tells you how you're gonna feel like outside of your body, so to speak. Like you
Literally.
just feel. It's weird. And yeah, the weight of like you responsible now to keep this baby alive and going, and
Yeah,
I know
for
what
2
you're
days
saying.
I stayed in the hospital and I would just watch her sleep, and it's quiet, and I didn't even have the capacity to pray or to even realize what was about to happen, and then you go home and that's the reality of, this is my responsibility. Our world has changed, and just to start it off, the first night we got home, and by the way, I'm so blessed. Like, our parents, our friends, I had all my dishes done, all the laundry was done. I had a big roast on the stove when we got
So
home.
literally, all you really needed to do was feed
Enjoy.
and love on that baby.
Yes, all I had to do was enjoy.
That's how it was for me too.
and man, we
Blessed.
we broke down when we got home. Like, my mom was like, okay, we
Yeah.
leaving, and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah. Yeah.
like this baby's gonna look at me the way I look at my mom, and that's heavy,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's, and just, you kind of, in that moment, I kind of felt not worthless, but not worthy of an angel on earth in my hands from God, that it's now my time to take care of this. The pressure of that is very overwhelming, so
Yeah.
yeah.
And isn't it weird how you can feel those feelings at the same time as feeling all the love and the joy? It's like they coexist, they coincide, which I think makes it even more overwhelming, because
It's
like
very
it's
confusing.
it's so
Yes.
confusing. Like you're overwhelmed with joy, but you also overwhelmed with fear.
Yes.
And just the unknown and the responsibility, but like at the same time, you wouldn't change a second of it.
Right.
But it's overwhelming.
Yeah, I remember my whole pregnancy. I was like, I can't wait to be off of work. Those 6 weeks, which is not a lot of time. But
It's not.
Oh,
Yeah, it flew by.
yeah, it was the fastest of my life. But
Yeah.
I remember telling my mom, like, I'm going to drink my coffee and we're going to watch our shows and just, snuggle. And y'all, I sat on that couch like distraught, and I would look out the window waiting for, my mom would come help me at the time. And my mother-in-law, I would just wait by the door for like someone else to come do this.
Yes.
Because I just don't know if I'm worthy or if I can. And
Yeah.
ooh, it was.
Or if you're doing it right. Or,
Right, yeah.
Every decision, like you second guess and you
Yes.
overthink. And like in my case, like Brent, my firstborn, she didn't sleep much. Like I didn't know if that was normal or not. You see these shows and movies and all stuff, and they like babies sleep. They just sleep all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like mine didn't. And she would cat nap like 10, 15 minutes all throughout the day. And
Bless
like
it.
I just couldn't get nothing done.
Yeah.
And I just remember calling my mother-in-law one day crying like, something's wrong with her. Something's wrong with my baby. She will not sleep. And my mother, bless her heart, she's like, you're tired, you're exhausted, like, let me come, I'm gonna come, I'll watch her while you get some rest. And the sleep deprivation makes it even worse.
Yeah, like you're sleepwalking.
Yeah.
Literally.
Zombie.
I remember when you said I was just staring out the window, I was like, I remember having Roz, and I was in a place in my life where I could relax. You know, my kids were at school, and it was just me and Roz. And I just would look out the window, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what I wanted all my life. But now what do I do?
Yeah.
You know? But one thing about being a first-time mom, and I totally remember this when I had Isla, was now I am not me anymore. Mm-hmm. I am me and this person. You're with your husband. He's kind of his own entity, whatever. But this is mine,
Yeah.
okay? And it's probably not really like that, obviously. But
No, I felt the same way.
I remember stepping away to go to the grocery store the first time. And I felt like I was walking naked.
Yeah.
Because there was no more me. It was me and this baby.
Yes.
And now I just want to tell you that gets better because then your kids start aggravating you and you're more than happy to
More
get away
than
from
happy
it.
to get a break. But
A break. Yeah. But I just remember that feeling so naked and like, oh God, what am I doing? If I step away, I'm not a good mama. If I have to step away, And I remember them saying, if you can't do it or if you're getting too frustrated, give the baby on to your partner. And luckily, Chase wasn't as frustrated as me at the time. I was frustrated, so it kind of balanced out.
Yes.
And I would say, here you go. And then I would step away, maybe go take a shower or something. And then by the time I was finished with that, I was ready to come back.
Yes.
Because you're not doing it as good as me, let me just
Yeah.
say. But,
Give me my baby.
yeah. But
Yeah.
you feel better after that. But it's just like, it is a whole identity thing, too. Because it's like, okay, now it's not just me anymore. I can't just go and do.
Yeah.
I can't like pick up and go to Walmart. Even that's probably the most.
I know, but it's weird. Like, your
know.
mind plays tricks on you, and you feel almost trapped in a way.
Yes.
You feel like you're no longer you, like you said.
you aren't allowed to do those things anymore.
Yes.
Because you feel
Yes.
guilty about it, like, or if something bad would happen, like, I went to doom.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's gonna fall on the concrete. I'm gonna drop her when I'm walking. Like,
I'm gonna die in a car wreck. I'm gonna leave her motherless.
Yeah.
Like that's me.
and
I
I
was
was like,
always
this is
that.
gonna be my fault. It's no one. It's not my husband's or anyone. And I had to learn to kind of let go that responsibility. My mother-in-law says our kids are for God, not for us. So that's hard though, because
yeah.
you feel so responsible, and you have to give it to God because you
And
go
man,
crazy.
you blessed with a good mother-in-law too.
Yes, I am,
Oh
yes.
man, she's great.
I got 2 mamas for sure. Yes, I'm blessed.
It's good to have that person, though, that can be the voice of reason, that can totally relate to you at the time. And sometimes, it seems like our parents, well, you did that so long ago and it's so different, but it's really not that much different. Like we always say, oh, we did this and y'all okay.
Yes.
Our kids are going to be okay too.
And I want to raise them just how I was raised. So, I put that trust in them. And we're almost 4 months postpartum now. So I'm almost at a 180, I still have the mental confidence to come back and, the exercising and all try to get back to some type of normalcy,
yeah.
But we getting there. So, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
compared to the first 6 weeks to now is like,
Night
night
and
day.
day. That's
Yes,
good. That's
absolutely.
You're
good.
getting used to it, but you're still fresh.
Yeah, you're
And,
still fresh.
After I have so many. After I had these last 2, it was like I wanted to get back to working out and I wanted to do this. And then my friend Kate that works at she's at the gym in town at Evolve. She was like, your body's really not gonna come back until a year after you have the baby. It's okay to give yourself time and grace. And I was so tired of people saying, give yourself grace, give yourself grace. But your body has just gone through something so major that like you have to. And so once she told me that, she was like, you're not gonna be like, it's gonna be okay. Just do something with yourself. Just move your body. Don't be too hard on yourself. Because I was hardcore in the gym. Like I had lost all kind of weight. I was slim and trim. And then I go pop, get pregnant again and twice. So, don't be too hard on yourself about that either, because I had to come out of that and still, like, I keep going back to working out, but it's always a struggle and mentally trying to get myself back moving, just because now you got all this extra weight on you, and not necessarily
Kids
weight.
to
I'm
see
talking
about.
about like the kids'
Yeah.
weight, and the mental weight on you.
Yeah.
And that's just another thing. That's me that I got to. But it's good to go for a walk sometimes, because let me tell you what, I come back with a good, in a good headspace after I take a nice prayer walk.
Yes. My mom had mentioned to me how, her journey with postpartum, like you said, 30 years ago, there wasn't Netflix or Facebook, and she was telling me all this, like, there wasn't any distractions to get her through those times. And
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Like, you're just really sitting at home alone with your baby, and soap operas and Price is Right. That's all you have,
Yeah.
not capping my mom, but
Yeah.
but it really put it into perspective for me. Or a phone call from a friend, something that easy. Like, back then it wasn't like that. I had to turn down lots of visitors, because in the hospital I was, you come on Monday and you'll be Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, I got home and I said, I'll call y'all later.
No wonder
Yeah.
they were worn out, because all them visitors.
Oh, I didn't want no. After the first one, I was like, y'all don't come to the hospital. I'm going to see you when I get home.
Yeah.
But you get that after,
Yeah.
But on the first one, you're like, oh, yeah, we're going to do this. I'm going to be fine. Da, 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 da. And then it's just, it rocks your world. It really does.
That's the best
in the best way,
to put it.
but,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what did your mom went through it pretty bad?
Yes, like my brother had colic, and I think he was worse than me, but just
Was he her first?
I was the first.
You're the first, okay.
Yeah, so her second baby was
Okay.
even worse
Okay.
than I was. But, had a tough mama herself that, you got to get up and raise them kids,
You don't have
Dad
a
went back
choice.
to work, and mama stayed home, no phones, probably no cable at the time, honestly. And questioning if she was crazy, or, you have
Like,
so
is
much
this
guilt.
normal to feel this way? Yeah.
It's a shame, because you look at your child like, it don't feel like mine. That's some of the thoughts I had. It's like a stranger in your house that, oh my gosh, am I going to bond with this baby? Why? Because everyone kind of talks it up like it's euphoric, and it's actually very traumatizing, and beautiful at the same time. But it's very confusing. And, the older she gets, obviously we're so in love with her, but her eyes are open, and she's cooing, and it's, I know as we get better, it's going to get better as we get older.
Yes. It
But
does get better.
yeah, you don't want to tell someone, I'm never doing this again. Because in the moment I was like, this is going to be my only child, because I can't do this again, But
I know. Well, we have a friend that was like that too. I don't want to say her name, but she was like, I couldn't have any more. And it was years before she had another baby. And it's just like the older you get to, I feel like you learn through it. But then also I'm just like thinking about your mama in those times. And it just wasn't talked about, Like, your mental struggles were your mental struggles. And that's probably why she thought she was crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, nobody was out there telling her that this was completely normal.
Right.
And so we have that, though. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here. I know you were probably looking for me to give you this great advice on it, but like,
tell me how to cope with it.
I know, I really wish I could tell you that, but man, the only thing that got me through was people being able, talking like this, people being able to tell me, you know what, you're not alone, and it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, like when you're sick and you're really, really down, and like, you got the flu, and you're like, I look at the people on TV and I think, oh, look at them. They're just living their best life right now. And I'm going to die in this bed right now. And like in a couple of days, you're doing the thing,
fine.
But it will get better. And I always say, as long as you keep Jesus at the forefront, and I know that's what people say, but I feel like social media is good for some things. Like, we find a lot of prayers. My husband sends me prayers all the time, reels, and they're all prayers. And sometimes I'm like, oh, Lord, I don't have time to listen to this preacher right now. or I'm in a place where I can't listen to this preacher right now. But this morning he sent me one, and then I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And then just keeping a prayer circle open. And we also, like we have a group chat that's a prayer. We call our mom entourage is what we call our friends. And I know you got a little group of friends, and just keeping those lines of communication open.
Yeah.
And like I have a friend, Justine, I'll bring up Justine again. Sometimes she's just like, I need to talk. And I called her one day. She's like, okay, I just need to vent. Okay. And one day I'm like, listen, I need you to pray for me right now. She was like, just whenever that happens. So she already had like a system in place for that and friends that do this with her. And she said, just send me a SOS emoji. She said, and I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm just going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to pray for you right then.
Nice.
And I thought, how? And Justine, if Justine's feeling some type of way, she's just like, hey, I have a migraine right now. How can I pray for you?
That's how my mother-in-law is.
So
Like serving God and
Yeah.
or give your suffering to God for your
Yes.
prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, okay, so I'm trying to be more like that. So anyway, I sent her a SOS on Monday, okay? On Monday, I sent her a SOS.
Send her one for me today.
She started praying. And I'm telling you, in an hour, I was like, she texted me. She was like, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm feeling so much better. Thank you so much. She didn't ask me what happened. And we couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out why I was having a bad day on Monday. And then she was like, that's because we have an interview with a Acadiana Catholic, and we're doing this postpartum. Anytime, and I'm sure you've heard us say this before, anytime we have something we want to help somebody with, or we know is going to be good for, us and them, we always get attacked by the devil. So anyway,
I say the prayers of my loved ones got me through those beginning weeks, because you're not praying at that time.
You can't.
Yeah.
You surviving.
You're just surviving. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your mind
It's-
is not right in its right mind because you're
Absolutely.
sleep deprived, you're overworked, you're overstressed, you're overwhelmed. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Liza goes to Caitlin.
Oh,
Justine's
yeah?
sister.
Oh, my gosh.
okay.
I just love
Love her.
them so much.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, my gosh. And so, listen, anytime you need us, or send me a SOS.
I got
Send
you.
me a SOS. And then start that, pass that forward. I just thought that was so powerful that I
And because
needed to
sometimes
say
you
nothing.
don't have time to explain anything
No.
either. You just like,
I'm just so...
I'm about to lose my mind. I need this right now.
And so SOS and that, tell your friends. Okay, let's start this Justine movement. I don't know who started it. Maybe it wasn't Justine. Who started it. But SOS and get praying for your friends. Pray for yourself, but pray, and your family, but your friends. Reach out to them. Reach out to your new mama friends. Reach out to your old mama friends because they're lonely. They're looking, they need somebody. So just reach out and make sure that we all taking care of each other, because it takes a village sometimes.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this. Did you seek help outside as far as like from your doctor or anything like that about it?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
And they always come with their little
Their
surveys.
yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah, if I was honest, I was scared what they would
what they would do.
I know what you mean.
I gave it to prayer and
Yeah.
my family and friends, and that's always what gets me through, and I was shocked, like girls in the community my age reaching out to me, like that I've never spoke to before. Like you said, acquaintances, and I know who they are, but
Right.
hey, I have some extra diapers. Hey, I have this and bottles and formula, and it was amazing. Like at least 10 girls reached out to me.
That's awesome.
So
love that.
I'm like, I gotta carry on the. One of my good friends just had her third baby, but I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? Just making sure they're good
And you never know, what the Bible says, what the enemy means for harm, God will use for good. And I don't believe that God wanted you to go through this. But at the same time, we live in a fallen world.
Absolutely.
We go through struggles, but he can use it for his glory and for good. And your testimony, my testimony, who else will it help? And that's you know,
Absolutely.
he's going to use it, and you're going to be able to help encourage other mamas to get through these times.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone tune in.
It's true.
Yeah, and just being able, just coming on here and talking with us, and you'd be like, okay, now I can SOS. I got some more people to SOS. I got some more people on my side.
Some prayer
you know,
warriors,
some
yeah.
And
more
just to
prayer
know
warriors.
that it does get better.
Oh, and we already are.
We
So
already
on the
are.
list,
So there you
she's
go.
the best baby ever.
Yes.
Then my next
She
one's gonna be
sleep?
bad. Oh, that's all she does.
Oh, that second one's always bad, though.
Yeah.
That second one, though.
I'll SOS you when that comes.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen.
Right?
It's going to be a whole nother deal.
Right. I'll be
and-
stronger next time.
Oh, listen.
Well, you'll be a little prepared. Like
You'll
you
be
won't
more
be
prepared, yeah.
You'll be a little
Right.
more relaxed. The second baby, I for sure was more relaxed in,
Oh, yeah.
in things where I'm like, I'm not too worried about that. It'll be okay. You know,
That's why they all bad.
probably
Them
so.
babies.
Probably so. They just get away with it
They
because
get
we
away
just,
with it, yeah.
Yes.
we're not worried.
Well, thank you so much for coming on here
thank
today.
y'all for having me. I
This was
appreciate it.
wonderful. This was wonderful. I'm so glad that we met up for Mardi Gras and we were
Yes.
able to talk freely with our little beers.
Yes.
Because then maybe this episode wouldn't have happened, and hopefully if this resonates with you, or if you know someone who might be going through this, please share this episode with them, because we want to kind of reach out as many and just let everybody know that you're not alone, and it will come back. It will be okay.
Yes.
So, all right, with the end of this, we're going to thank Little Pearls Dentistry. It's pediatric dentistry.
Yes.
For your little ones. And, you know, it's nice to have these places like this where your kids can go and they're not scared to go to the dentist.
Yes.
It's never a problem when you go to a place like what Ainsley has, okay? She is a skilled pediatric dentist, and she's a caring provider. She believes every child should have the opportunity to go and without a traumatic experience to their first dentist appointment, right? Because you just never know what you're going to come across.
I wish I'd have brought my oldest to a place like this because let's just say, like, I mean, I'm not trying to be ugly, but not all dentists are good with kids. And my poor little girl was kind of traumatized after the first time we went to the dentist.
Right.
And we good now, but you want to start those good dental habits early. And, you know, going to Dr. Ainsley and her staff, you'll be all right.
And I feel like somebody who is geared only to pediatric dentistry, like they're used to working with kids.
They know, yes.
You know, and the fears that they have and all the things. So she's trying to make it a positive part of childhood.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking for a dentist for your child and you are in the Lafayette area, she's located at 2912 Johnston Street. Kind of behind Mel's Diner and next to Aveda in that shopping center. And you can see more on her website at littlepearlsdds.com, or you can call her at 337-568-0322. Thank you so much for being our sponsor, and thank you so much for listening.
See y'all next time.
Thanks for joining us on Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. We hope you enjoyed your cup of coffee and our chat. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Until next time, keep the coffee brewing and the conversation flowing.